You said Lakers in 5, and Lakers in 5 halfway through the weekend could be a reality.
It could be, and you, like I said, you take the snake, you cut the head off. That's where we're at. The head is off. It's still moving. It's in the box. The lid is over to the side. We'll take care of business, put the lid on it, send them back to Denver.
He's right. I mean, look, we said the other day, JaVale McGee did not start. Dwight Howard started. Jokic was in foul trouble the whole game. LeBron James, down the stretch, took Jamal Murray. Defensively, everything lined up. They dominated. I'm just going to say one thing, though.
Say it.
When you send a letter to the NBA about LeBron James not getting enough foul calls, and then LeBron James and Anthony Davis combined for 28 free throw attempts, while the Nuggets' entire team combines for 23 free throw attempts, even though their defense was insane, those are the kind of things that just make you go, come on, guys. You don't need to send a letter. Now you got Mike Malone at the post presser saying, I'm going to send a letter now. We're going to take this up with the NBA. It just leads to that. You don't need to do that. Just still dominate the game and win the game.
Do you think? Because I know people have conspiracy theories about the Lakers, and they in the NBA just want to see LeBron and the Lakers in the championship. Do you really honestly think that letter had a major impact on what the referees made a decision? Or did the letter have the referees just look at the fouls in game 3 and say, yeah, we missed that one? Because, you know, for so long, bigs have had problems. Guys like AD, LeBron, when you foul them, it's like a little fly in a net, right?
Yeah.
A small guard go to the cup, get fouled, they fall to the floor. It's glaring. You could see it.
Both things can be true at the same time. I think the Lakers put themselves in positions to get a lot of foul calls, right? Mm-hmm. Anthony Davis last night, first 7 possessions, he was attacking the rim. That's what you want to see from AD.
We
talked about, he was balling. We talked about the Lakers playing inside out, right? But at the same time, so they justified a lot of the calls. But when you complain like that before the game, and then you have a plus 13 free throw attempt margin, and your 2 stars actually have 5 more free throw attempts than the entire team, optically that looks bad.
So is Denver going to complain? Well, he said he's going to talk or whatever to the league or the powers that be. Now, is that going to change?
Well, let's hear from Michael Malone. First things first, it's 2020. Who's sending a letter anymore? Don't you just send like a text message?
Email.
Yeah,
I don't know if it's a letter. It might have been an email.
Send a direct message.
It's like National Signing Day. We still using the fax machine, folks? What's going on here? It's 2020. Michael Malone wants to know what's going on here. I'm going to give you some specific numbers about LeBron's free throw shooting, the Lakers' free throw shooting, their proclivity to get to the line. But first, Michael Malone, proclivity, their ability to get to the line.
I'm just taking notes, man.
I got that one.
Michael Malone not happy with another big word, the discrepancy.
That's not as big.
We got that, fellas?
Well, maybe not.
Oh, that's all right.
Well, until we get it, that's his complaining, right? He just feels like, for whatever reason, King James and the Lakers went to the league. But that happens. Michael Jordan did it for years. And everybody gave Michael Jordan, or the referees gave Jordan the benefit of the doubt. When I played in the NFL and I played football, a guy would grab me once or twice, and I would tell the ref, say, dude's grabbing me. And the next thing you know, boom, there goes the yellow flag. Some people get the benefit of the doubt.
I'm not saying it's wrong. This is chess, jockeying for different positions, making the league, making referees aware that, hey, you may not see LeBron James get fouled enough because he's 6'9", 245 pounds, and people are bouncing off him left and right. But in the same breath, like from a smaller market, like Denver's looking at this, and all their fans are going to look at this and say, well, like, why does LeBron James need more foul calls? He's the king. He's the best player in the NBA.
Here's some numbers.
We need the best player and one of the best teams, the team most favored to win.
Help.
To win a championship by Vegas, sending a letter to the NBA complaining about foul calls? Like, if you're a Denver fan, you're out of your mind right now.
And speaking of being a Denver fan, here's Mike Malone probably channeling all the anger for the Denver fans about the discrepancy. Here's the Nuggets coach on how they're going to handle the lack of foul calls they're getting and the Lakers are receiving.
They went to the foul line 35 times. I think I'm going to have to go through the proper channels like they did to see if we can figure out how we can get some more free throws. And I think late in the game, I thought Jamal Murray attacked the basket a few times where it appeared to be contact. So we'll watch the film and we'll send our clips in and we'll reach out to the NBA and kind of make our points noted. And whether them going through the proper channels affected tonight or not, I have no idea. The NBA does a great job of listening, and then hopefully, you hope that next game, maybe some of those fouls are called.
And there was a little tongue-in-cheek commentary there because he channeled some of the words that Frank Vogel himself said about the Lakers complaining in the first place. Again, 114-108 for the Lakers, putting the Nuggets on the brink of elimination and the Lakers on the brink of the finals. Here's some key numbers that I just want to bring to the table before Jay gives his analysis here. Bottom line, through the first 3 games, 1, 2, and 3, LeBron James, the king, 10 total free throws through the first 3 games, only had 2 in game 3. What do you got,
It's so funny. I love our show, and I love when people respond. So a buddy of mine just texted me from L.A. He goes, when LeBron shot 10 free throws in 3 games, I didn't hear Jay Will mention the blankety-blank refs.
Who is that? Who's texting you? Who's your boy? I want to call him by his government name. Who is he?
No. It's so funny, though, because you just said that simultaneous with him texting me, and it wasn't a setup. It's just,
All I'm saying is when they were up 2-0 before they lost their game, I didn't hear the Lakers complaining about LeBron James and lack of free throw. I can make that same debate and flip it on his back. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I get it.
And I get it. 10 free throws combined. LeBron James should get more than 10 free throws combined. But what happens is when you send a letter, when you're up 2-1.
It looks odd.
Yes.
Yeah, I get perception, reality. It looks odd. Lakers in, Nuggets out. That's all we care about in the NBA. Television, we want to see the Lakers. We want to see LeBron. I understand.
Let me ask you another numbers-related question. So 10 free throws to the first 3 games, which we mentioned, and Key's buddy texted right in. Only 2 free throws total in game 3. He had 14 last night. So essentially, he shot more free throws last night than he had in the previous 3 games of the series. But here's the big number I want to get into. And Jay, tell me this from a season-long perspective. And you guys are always chiding me because of the numbers, my numbers geeky, stuff like that. Here's the thing. 5.7. This year, LeBron averaged per game 5.7 free throw attempts per game, the lowest in his career. So, if indeed the Lakers are complaining about not getting calls throughout the totality of this quote-unquote regular season, this had been the lowest free throw attempts LeBron has ever made in his career. I understand it's not 82. I understand there's some rest involved after getting the 1 seed and not playing as many games, which could bump his average up. I get all that. But at 5.7 throughout the entirety of the season, Key, essentially he was not getting to the line at all during the regular season. So that he's not getting to the line at all in the playoffs shouldn't be the biggest shock in the world if you take a look at the body of work this year.
But in the regular season, was he going to the cup nearly as much?
I don't know. Mm-hmm. Jay, you watch a lot.
He went to the cup, but also, look, the point guard position, he was a facilitator. He also averaged 10 assists per game.
Led the league.
Led the league this game, so it was a lot more fast-paced in transition. I'm not saying that LeBron James did not put himself in a position to get these fouls called last night. He did. All I'm saying is
he was putting himself in this, not just last night, the game before he was putting his head down, Jay, and going to the rim, and they was beating him and grabbing, and it was just like nothing.
But all I'm saying, okay, all right, there was